so glad you're going to join me today. Today we are going to talk about building authentic connections with Sandra Sallin, who is my friend, and she's going to join us. I'm going to bring her in as soon as she is here. Thanks for joining. Let me know where you guys are. I'm going to try saying, oh, there we go. Hello.
Oh, it worked.
Woo, look at us doing the internet.
How impressive is that?
I know. I know. Rich was like, "You're going live with Sandra. Is it going to be like 6 hours long?" I'm like, "No, we would not do that to people." So, hello, everybody. I am Peg Fitzpatrick, and this is one of my social success series. And today, as I mentioned, we are going to talk with Sandra Sallin, who is literally one of my favorite people on the whole entire planet. And she is so inspiring. You guys are going to love hearing what Sandra has to say. So, I'm very happy you're here, Sandra.
Thank you.
On my
I'm
talk show. Welcome to my talk show.
Isn't it fun? I love that idea.
So you are so, as I mentioned, so inspiring to me. And part of that is because you are an 80, and I'm not giving away your age because you say it in your own bio,
Oh, I'm
but
proud
you are,
of it. Yeah.
you should be. You're an 83-year-old beauty creator, and you are like a phenom on Instagram and YouTube. People love you and your content.
Thank you.
So can you tell me what's inspired your passion for creating videos and Instagram content?
Well, it wasn't really me. Well, first of all, do you like me better with glasses or without?
I love both. I mean, if you need them to see, then leave them on.
I
But I
don't know.
mean, you always look great with glasses. I never wear mine on live.
Oh, all right. Well, my husband likes glasses also.
Yeah.
Okay, so what inspired me? I wasn't inspired. What happened was my son said, "You've got to do videos, Mom." And you said, "You've got to do videos, Sandy." And I said, "Huh? What do you mean? I don't know what to do. What am I going to talk about?" And so I didn't. And it took me forever, and it was stupid because my son, at least once a month, would say, "You've got to do videos, Mother."
Yeah.
But I really didn't know what I was going to talk about. And then, do you want to know more?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
I'm listening.
All right. So then what happened was I watched somebody on YouTube talking about how if you're searching for something and you're one person, you've got to know that there are thousands searching for the same thing. And what I was searching for was makeup for the mature. And I'm talking about really mature. I'm not talking about these youngsters.
In your 30s?
Yeah, 30s, 40s. Oh my God, I'm 50. I'm talking about 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
And there weren't a lot of people. And I thought, well, since I'm really interested in it, maybe that's what I'll do. And
I think it's great.
Well, I started with, you'll love this, because I love doing Instagram lives, because I really felt like I was talking to people.
Yeah.
So I did one on lipstick and how to make it more luscious looking. And I thought, well, I'll do one. And people really liked it. And I thought, huh? And they wanted more. So that's how it started.
With your love of lipstick. And by the way, everybody, Sandra picked out this lipstick for me. I always wear my Chanel. It's the Chanel that you sent me because it's the best color. It's the best color on camera. It really is.
You know what? It looks fabulous with your jacket.
I did. I did super pink today. Pink with more pink. Yeah. So, I mean, I sent Sandra some pre-questions, but like just starting back, part of the reason that your son, Matt, and I both think you should go live or be on video is because obviously you have such a great personality, but you also have a Hollywood background of like camera experience and things that maybe like at this stage you weren't necessarily thinking, oh, I used to be in commercials and I've been in front of the camera. But I think all of those things really, sometimes the backgrounds, we don't realize that things that we've done in our past relate so much to what we're doing now, or because you really started out, you were going to be, well, we didn't even talk about your first main career was you were a fine artist. And I don't know, there's a painting right behind you. I think there is. That way. Yep, there's a little bit of one of Sandra's paintings. So Sandra was a fine artist for decades. She created like beautiful art. So this is Sandra's like next thing. This is just like a next thing that she's doing. But so many of the other things that she did in her life, creativity, and obviously being an artist is all expression, right? But a different way. Um, so yeah, I think it like it all kind of tied into what you do now, even though it wasn't what you did for your main thing,
But
right?
a funny thing, I read about people, being worried about being in front of a camera. I just never was. And I
Mm,
don't, even when I did commercials, it was always just really me. And it just never bothered me.
yeah.
And I even, I think one of the questions maybe was when I talk on, like on YouTube or on Instagram, I'm really talking to a friend.
Hmm.
It's not a whole group of people, but I think that it's one
Yeah.
friend and that I'm talking, we're out to lunch and we're having a really nice conversation.
So you kind of boiled down what marketing is, even though you're not a marketing professional. Like you've created what they call like your avatar, your like ideal customer, your ideal client. All those things mean the same thing, but you like boil that down without even knowing all the marketing speak of just like, I'm just going to focus on like one person. And you don't think, oh, this is scary. We're live right now. And who's going to see the video? You're just like, I'm looking at the camera, having a conversation, and
With
it's
Peg.
it's fine.
Yes, yes. Isn't that interesting?
It
And,
is.
and you know what else is funny? I talk, uh, I talk about a lot of things that a lot of people don't want to talk about, or that I'm photographed in a way that nobody in their right mind would be photographed. but but I don't even think anything of it until I meet somebody and they know so much about me, and I don't understand how they know so much about me, not realizing that I've spilled it all.
I know some of your YouTube thumbnails crack me up. Your before and after pictures are literally the best. They really are. I personally would never like I love makeup too. Sandra and I both love makeup. It's one of our little bonding things. But I have never filmed anything like with no makeup to do like a get ready with me. But part of that is people don't follow me for that. They would be like, who cares? Like we want to know the marketing aspect of things. So I think for me, people would be like, wow, she looks a little tired today. Why does she have no color in her face? Because I have to say, that's one thing when you're older. Color disappears from your face like it's draining out,
You think?
right?
You
I
think?
do think.
Yes. Well, I have a girlfriend who owns a makeup company,
Mm,
and she was aghast and shocked. What do you mean filming right after you've had surgery? Are you out of your mind? She was really, don't do that. Don't ever do that. And then she said, maybe I'm wrong,
mm.
because it
It
sure
just
considered,
it just
you
takes courage, right? To do the no makeup thing. You know, you just
know,
have to say, you know what, other people do it. I mean, to be honest, like Hannah Martin makeup, she's somebody that you love. Hannah Martin, she is so stunningly beautiful before with no makeup. And then she puts makeup on and she's like stunning times everything. But, you know, you and I are not,
Hannah
Hannah's
Martin.
probably 30s, but I mean, that was a while ago for us. So, I mean, she does look great before and after. So,
You're
we'll
right.
go back to our questions, everybody. Oh, and if you're watching, I am going to do a giveaway for my new book at the end. I'm going to give you guys a secret word that you're going to have to comment in this post when it's on as an actual post. So, at the end, we will do a giveaway for a
Well, I've
book.
already
Um,
ordered yours.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. What does authenticity mean to you in your post, and how is that? I think you already answered that one because you talked about how you're just talking to one person. So confidence on camera isn't easy for most people. What has helped build yours, and what advice would you share for anyone who's camera shy?
It really is talking to somebody over lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's that I really am talking. I really feel like I'm talking to a person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. That's about it. If you
Yeah.
kind of think of it as talking to one person, you're not talking to thousands. But if you're just talking to one person and having lunch and giving them ideas and having back and forth, even though there's no back and forth, but it's the way I would talk to somebody.
Yeah.
That and I say lunch. when was the last time I went out to lunch?
July.
I don't even, you're right. Was that it? July. You're right. It
Sa-
was with you.
I visited Sandra in July, everybody, and we went out to lunch and it was the
Yeah.
best. So you're constantly learning and mastering new skills, which I think a lot of people say, anybody who's, not a millennial or above, like that it's just beyond them. But so what's your secret to staying curious and open to evolving tech?
I would say that it's just being curious.
Mhm.
And I go down deep, dark holes, to find the answers to things. And suddenly I'll read some little thing. What was it? The latest was I've been reading a series of books by Robert Dugoni, and I wanted to know his background. And
Mm.
so I'll go deep, 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 and find out things that nobody knows about. The other thing I was I was a beta tester, and this had to be 20, 30 years ago. I love finding I I think of a computer as being like this wizard, and I love it, and finding out how to do new things, I find it very exciting.
It
I mean,
is.
and I mean Instagram didn't come out. Am I too close?
I,
Did
I'm too, I'm probably too close.
I don't know.
We're like leaning in to talk to each other. It's
You're
totally
right.
fine.
So when I did being a beta tester, I find, as I say, that a computer and an iPhone just like a wizard, and I've got magic in my hands.
Hmm.
And so I want to know more and to be able to do more, and I love
Yeah.
it. I mean, I taught myself Photoshop, Instagram, and Instagram isn't easy.
No.
And what else?
Video
So that's how.
editing.
Oh my God, that's
It is.
hard.
Video editing is one of the hardest things, I think. To be
Oh,
honest, I think it is too. So do you oh wait, I just had a question. I totally lost my train of thought that I was going to ask you. From beta, oh totally maybe it'll come back to me. You know how things come in your head and then they're
yeah,
gone? That just
but
happened.
not me, never.
Um, so you've built really great connections in the beauty with beauty influencers and other YouTubers, which I think has helped you grow a lot. What's your approach to reaching out and how do you recommend others make those connections?
I, you know, I think of them, other people or other people as real people.
Mhm.
And I don't do it to use people, but if somebody has a great looking outfit, I won't just give a heart or a check or a thumbs up. I'll really say something. I mean, I relate to Hannah Martin and her gorgeous children. I may never talk about her makeup, but I do talk about her children. And maybe she's putting too much emphasis on the new, on Bo, and maybe she should be doing more on Bear. I mean, I talk about, you know, I I talk to people on a real level as opposed to a computer level, and
Right.
just the exterior level, that
Yeah.
I try and see more than just um, what's in, just the picture. Like I just saw Linda Wright. How can Linda Wright is a very, very stylish woman who has a shop in Paris
Mm.
and dresses so great. And so I talk about, how, maybe you should start wearing burlap sacks. I mean, it's enough that you're so gorgeous. And why does anybody need a Dior pair of blue jeans? I'm sure nobody talks to her that way, but I talk to her in a way, you know, in a in a real way. And that's
Yeah.
how I think I've gotten
So
uh
leaving authentic, like true comments, not just like a heart and a like and a really short thing that really anybody could say that isn't really
doesn't
deep
mean it.
into, right. It is important to do that. So yeah, if you guys like people's content, make sure that you're giving them like thoughtful comments that are more than 3 words. YouTube, not YouTube, but Instagram really does look at that, like in how many conversations you're having in direct messages with people. They look at all of those things when they decide who to show things to. So it helps people a lot. And as the algorithms keep us from seeing people, like sometimes I have to go search out people who I like because they're not showing up in my feed, then I really make sure that I go to those people. You can do like the little bell or star on any of the social platforms to make sure you see all of people's content. Yep, somebody
Oh,
said
I know what you
fluffy.
mean. Yes,
Yeah,
I've done that.
yeah, you
Yes,
can do the little bell or the little star that shows you so you see all of someone's posts
right.
because you don't see stuff anymore. It's so hard. And then I'm like, I haven't seen so and so's stuff in a long time. Like Hannah Martin, we'll just keep talking about Hannah Martin because I love her too.
Okay.
But I mean, I've commented on her stuff a bunch. I've sent her, like shared her stuff before. And then sometimes I just don't even see it. And I know she's posting all the time.
She is. I just saw something this morning and thought, well, huh? I missed something on Sunday. What?
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
annoying.
I think part of that is right now that because of all the politics stuff, I think all the ad spend on stuff is taking up a lot of the algorithm space, which
Oh, you're,
stinks.
you're right. I hadn't
So
thought of that.
maybe it will get back to normal-ish, but
Maybe,
who
yeah,
knows?
you're right.
Um, so building an online community where people feel seen is rare. What has been the most rewarding part of bringing people together through your content? Because you have a lot of commenting on your YouTube videos and your Instagram.
I'm very moved that I've helped people who, they see me at 83, next month 84. Do you believe the year after that I'm going to be 85? God willing.
I
Isn't that?
do believe it. I believe you're just going to keep going
Oh,
forever, girl.
oh my God. So wait, what was I going to say? So
Online
people
content.
see me. Okay.
Yep.
So people see me and they see me doing ridiculous things or just being me. And this woman was writing that she was a realtor and she thought, well, I'm 65, so I need to retire because
Sure.
I'm not going to do anything anymore. And then she saw my videos and she thought, my God, this woman is in her 80s and she's doing things and she's active and she wears makeup and she's out there. And, you know, she said, you know what? I went out of retirement. I started wearing makeup and I went back to work.
Good for
And so,
her.
yes, and isn't that phenomenal?
I
Or
feel like
somebody,
65 is outdated at this point, right? I mean, we have a
anything
lot more to.
outdated, because there are people who retire at 25
Yeah.
and there are people who,
What are they
who
going to
never want to.
do? I'm like, what are you going to do for 60 years?
Well, I'm with you, but when people, that's why I also talk about my health. I
Mhm.
want people to know that I don't live in some perfect world, that I've got my issues. Nobody's life is perfect. That's why I let them see me looking ridiculous. Even with bandage, I was looking at something the other day and I'd had a basal cell cancer on my forehead and I see me with a big bandage here and a big bandage there. And I thought, let people see what it's really like.
You, I know where you have scars, and I never, ever, ever notice them on anything online.
You,
I never
you
see
know,
them.
to be honest, I don't even pay attention to them. I
Yeah,
don't.
they are
It would,
so, I think it's just like getting past that. Because no, I think one of the things when you're filming yourself a lot and you're on Instagram a lot and YouTube a lot, you're looking at yourself a lot and it's very unnatural. Like you can be really overly critical and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna film myself because my face looks a little puffy today, or like, a million things. And it's like, you know what? I don't even care about that anymore because this is what I look like today, everybody. Like, hey, I feel like it's a good version of me. Like we're never going to be perfect. There's
well,
no perfect.
my husband, the producer director, I made a video and I just sat down here and I didn't have any light. I don't even know if the light is good right now. And I just sat down here and I did this video. I looked terrible, but the video did so well. My husband said, I never want you to sit down and do a video and look like that. And nobody cares. And I didn't care. I still
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Bob
just
is the best. Sandra's husband, Bob, he's a legend. He is a legend, and he's so great with filming because he has had a very long career in Hollywood, doing all different kinds of things, writing, producing, but
directing.
mostly he's Sandra's secret weapon behind the scenes
Right.
because you're so lucky that way. I did 2-point lighting today, so we'll see how mine is. You
Mine
have
is also,
California
but I don't know if I
sunshine.
look dark or not. But anyway,
Well,
I did it myself.
well, you'll
So maybe
hear
that's,
later. You'll find out later.
something. You're so right. Am I? Yes, you're right.
So,
My husband.
totally got kicked off Instagram. That's week 2. So that is not cool. I'm going to try to add Sandra back in again. And I'm going to finish up our Instagram live where we're talking about authenticity. And here we go. I'm adding being online and being yourself and how that connects with people. So I don't know why Instagram, this is the second time you have bumped me off while I'm live. Sorry, Sandra. That is week 2 where I got like just randomly knocked off. Oh, Sandra got knocked off. I'm going to add her in again. The Instagram is not loving us today.
What?
Hello. I don't know what happened. Oh, Sandra got knocked off again. We'll just keep trying, everybody. Hello?
I I I keep on seeing this white screen that says request to be in this live video.
Well,
So
you're live now. Now we're back live. I don't know why that happened 2 weeks in a row. Now you just popped out again. I'm gonna pull you back in. Instagram is fighting us with everything it has. Maybe Sandra's internet isn't great. I'm not really sure, but I'm trying to add her back in. Okay.
it
I don't know why it keeps knocking you off, but I'm gonna override it and keep bringing you back in. How dare
no
they?
kidding. So I can't see myself. All I see is a white screen saying
But you
send.
are you are live.
Well,
You are. I can see you and you're live now.
then let's just do it. And I can't see myself, which is probably
Yeah,
fine.
you'll be. I would love not to see myself right now. So before we get kicked off again, I'm going to do a giveaway of my book. So you guys, if you are watching now, the secret phrase is social success, which I'll show you. Social success. So when this is posted, you just need to comment in the comments and say social success, and just say one thing that you liked about this Instagram live with Sandra and I, and you'll be entered tomorrow. I will choose a winner. You do need to be in the United States because shipping is exorbitant these days. I went to ship a book and it was $12, and that was in the US. I was like, geez, post office.
Well,
I don't know how Amazon
how much,
does it.
but look at how much a stamp is, isn't it? 79 cents.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
something
It
crazy.
is
Okay.
totally crazy. So, where were we? We talked about building your community. We are on building your community and how commenting and just building the community. Well, it helps your content grow because when people comment, and so when you're on YouTube, what are your strategies for like building your community? Do you have any?
I wish I did. I I need to read your book. I don't think I have a strategy. I try and be as honest as I can. I not
Hmm.
honest. It's I do makeup, but then I get bored. And what did I recently do? I did a thing about how I lost
Hmm.
weight and about how I'm exercising,
But I think,
which is
and I
a,
think people are loving that. People are loving that you're walking and that you're sharing it. And people
and
have no
it,
idea how hilly your neighborhood is. Sandra's neighbor is not like Little Hills is, she's in like she's on a mountain kind
you're
of,
right.
right? Aren't you?
I mean, I just the other day I did my ultimate of doing all of these hills, and I thought to myself, and then I was supposed to go out at night, and I thought, I don't know if I can do it. I really, but this is great. I mean, if I want to breathe, all I have to do is walk. Little
It's like
things like
magic.
that. Yes, little things like that. So it's,
Yeah.
but people have really enjoyed it. So that's
Hmm.
why I thought, well, I'll tell people about how I've been able to lose weight because we can all if we all have the same problems.
Yep.
We all have that weight to lose. We all need to exercise. And how many of us do it?
I think another thing that you do is great is that you really stay on top of all your doctor appointments, which I think is really important for people to go to the doctor. And then secondly, to follow the advice of the doctor. I think a lot of people don't do
Really?
that. I think, yeah. I think
Oh,
maybe when people get older, like you're just like, okay, I better go for all these things. But people complain about going for a mammogram, like how horrible it is, and I'm like, you got to do it
oh
because,
my God, don't, please. I mean, did you see the story I did about just my
hmm,
latest
yeah,
mammogram where I thought, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then they say, well, we need to do a little bit more. And
yeah,
that they did discover a cyst, but it's not cancerous. But what if I hadn't gone?
I know. You have to do it, everybody. And it's October, so it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So one thing that you can learn from this is please go get your mammograms. And Um, keep up on your doctor appointments. Go to the dentist once a year. Like that's another thing people don't think about is the
Once a year?
dentist. Well, I go twice a year to the dentist. Do you go twice a year? I go
Well,
twice. I go
I
every 6 months.
I have to go every 3 or 4
You
months.
do?
Yeah.
Well, because you got like your teeth health is tied to your mental
Well,
health.
it's also tied to your heart health.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And that, yeah, it's very, they're, yes,
Everything's
they're codependent.
connected.
Yes. And, you can get infections in your mouth or in your heart, and it can go to it's something. Don't listen to me, but do listen to me. You got to go. Yes.
Yeah,
So
make all
I
your
go,
appointments. Make every
yes,
appointment that you need to do, follow up on it, and follow the doctor's advice, and then you can be thriving like Sandra. That's what I say.
right. Going to every doctor known to mankind.
Well, what you have to,
Well, you
like
get
you,
to a
we
certain
have a
age.
body. We
Yes,
only get one body.
you're right. You're right. But anyway, so I wish I were more, um, uh, but I'm not. I really do things about what I feel like
Mhm.
doing. I'd really love to do more about cooking, but they don't seem to be as popular. But
Because your audience is kind of trained for your pro aging, and that's why they like your walking. It's kind of all tied with the same thing. Just like for me, people really follow me for social media things. And I also talk about being a writer. And sometimes I share like other things in my life, like little things. But if I try to do makeup content, guaranteed people would be like, no, thank you.
well, I was thinking of you this morning as I put on the Pat McGrath powder underneath my eyes that you insisted that I must get. So yes, it's fun though. I enjoy. You've got great makeup tips, but
Someone just said that they love seeing your kitchen when you cook.
you know what I also show. I don't know how anybody could have a dirtier kitchen after they finish cooking, or even. But
Oh, Judy says, please cook.
what?
Maybe
Oh,
people do like your cooking.
well, but I guess not enough. And I
Mm,
also don't have the layout that's good for cooking. My husband wants them to see my face.
right.
And he does. Yes, he's of the old school. You don't just show the why can't I get this white thing gone? What if I
Peter McNally says, are those Zuck glasses, Sandra? Oh, she just knocked herself out. I'm going to pull her back in again. The internet is fighting, and Sandra and I refuse to lose. Let's see if I can pull her in again. To answer, I think those are just regular glass. I pulled you back in again.
this
Are
is
your
crazy.
glasses Zuck glasses? I don't think your glasses are regular glasses,
No,
right?
they're
They're not like
bifocals.
but they're not the meta glasses. They're asking if you have the meta glasses with like the stuff in
I
them.
don't even know what that is.
They have some tech glasses. Remember when Google Glass came out and they had the glasses where you could film and stuff? Meta has a version of that now, which is hysterical because Google already did it. And then Snapchat, there was remember when there were Snapchat glasses?
I don't even pay attention to that stuff.
Oh,
I just
Wayfarers.
have regular
Okay,
glasses.
he wanted to know if they were Wayfarers.
No, these are Warby Parker, and
Mm,
the style is Sonia.
yep. And you have those in a couple colors,
Right,
right?
I've got them in black and in uh,
Yeah,
tortoiseshell. Yes, I love them.
awesome.
I get more comments about my glasses.
Hmm.
You would think that Warby Parker might give me a pair for free. No, no.
You should contact them for a brand partnership. I'll
See what?
help you. I'll help you do
Okay.
that. We'll
See what
do
I mean?
that offline.
Anyway, so yes, these are just bifocals,
Hmm.
and I think they work. They get rid of, you don't see lines. Instead, you just see maybe lips and glasses.
I feel like sometimes when I wear them that I don't know. The hard thing is when you do your makeup and you spend so much time and you put glasses on and then it instantly changes your
Would
makeup. That is frustrating
somebody
for me.
please look at my eyeshadow that you can't see, and how I did my
Yeah,
eyebrows? Come on. And I did a little bit of lining underneath here. In the lining, you can't. Then you put your glasses on and nobody even
right.
sees it.
That's frustrating for me.
Right.
And I never wear them when I'm live. I feel like I don't know. I get a glare, or I don't know. I like my new glasses that I got, but I just never wear mine on camera. I even in photos. I think part of it is that for photos, you always get some kind of light glare, or
Do I have a
you
light
know,
glare?
No, you don't. But
Okay.
I have a ring light on, so I definitely would. Like I
Oh,
have some, wait, I'll grab, I have some, these are just like peepers. We'll see if I get them. If I do get, do I, see, I
oh,
get a big
yeah,
glare.
yeah. Okay. Then maybe you need the two light thing.
I have the too light thing on right now, but I'm
And
really,
you also have,
really
but you
close.
also have,
I'm really close to my light ring, so that could be part of it.
maybe that's it. Mine are over here on the side.
Both of
I
yours
don't have anything.
are on the side?
The no, the yeah, the lights are over here on the side.
Hmm. Maybe
Nothing,
that's why I'm doing it wrong.
nothing in front of me.
Hmm. So
You should talk to Bob. He'll tell you what to do. He'll tell you.
I definitely should. Definitely should. Okay, so we're gonna go back here, and I'm gonna ask you if you could go back and give yourself, your younger self, one piece of advice, what would it be?
Be more, um, have more faith in yourself.
Mm,
Be stronger. Be have more self confidence. I'd say that.
yeah,
Just have
yeah,
more
that's a good
self
one.
confidence.
It definitely comes with age, doesn't it? I think 20s and 30s are a very hard time because you're so hard on yourself and you feel like your life has all these deadlines. You have to be like, I mean, you got married young, but I mean, like in general, well, I got married young too. And we picked great husbands that we're still married
That,
to.
yes, Peg's husband is a hoot. He's great fun. He's very bright, and he's a delight to be with.
I think same with your husband. I think part of the thing is like a really great lesson. Like it matters so much who you choose to be your partner, right? It's so
Yes,
important.
you're
And
you're
you
right.
don't realize when you're really young and you're choosing that person, you don't even know all the things that it's like, are they going to be a good at finances or, good family person or good with kids? You don't know any of those things when you're dating people.
I mean, my granddaughter is 22 years old. I got married when I just turned 20. There is no way that I would want my granddaughter getting married at that age.
Right.
There's so much I don't know that I thought I knew it
Yep.
all.
I know you definitely. I think that's the 18 to
You're
24
right.
maybe. You think you know
Maybe,
everything and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
infallible and health problems, go to the doctor. Why bother? You know?
No,
The 20s.
no, I'm with you. So I think that I needed to have more self confidence.
Yeah.
And although it never kept me from doing commercials, starting my career, but I think that I could have been, well, you know what? Wait a second. I'm much older, and women were not, do you know we had to have our husbands sign so we could get a credit card?
I
Do
was
you,
just going to mention that because it's only 50 years since women could have a credit card. So you were actually married. It was actually just the 50th anniversary of that. So you were actually married when you couldn't have a credit card.
right. It was a big deal to have your own credit card. And the other thing was, it was just the beginning of the women's movement.
Yeah.
Look how far we've come, baby. No,
We have,
so
we have, but I feel like my generation like dropped the ball on it. And now I feel like these younger girls are totally picking up and I have so much faith in the Gen Z girls that are out there. Like, they're really good with like they're getting closer to equal pay. I mean, men are fighting tooth and nail on equal pay. That is something that's ridiculous. And I thought there's so many ways that that could be gone at this point, like just hiring practices, even the internet. Like when the internet came out, like, blogging was very popular and nobody could see who was blogging. It should have been equal for men and women and for speaking engagements and all of that. And again, men, it was like men got all the book deals, men got all the speaking engagements, men's blogs where it's like, why, it's just everything is women have to do everything the Ginger Rogers,
right, high heels and
backwards and in heels.
but the other thing is, remember when you didn't give your real name because you didn't want them to know you were female, so you just used initials, and I think they still do. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, and when you're saying they used to do it, it even goes back to all the way back to like Louisa May Alcott when she was writing books, had to use a fake name so they would buy her book because she was a woman. It goes way back to like female writers
Oh,
who just,
you're right.
I,
But then why did we know that it was Louisa May Alcott?
she eventually started using her name once her book
Ah,
was really popular, but Oh, somebody says our favorite book that each of you have read this year. That's a good question. What's your favorite? I've read so many books.
The
What was your favorite?
Extraordinary Life of Sam Hell.
Ooh, I did
And
not read that one.
that's by Robert Dugoni. That's how I started with him. And then
Mm.
now I'm reading mystery stories. I'm having the best time reading mystery stories
I just read.
because
I just finished a thriller. I've just finished a. Have you read any Laura Dave's books? I
how do you
just
spell the last name?
Dave, Laura Dave.
No.
She did.
Okay.
The one I just finished is The Night We Lost Him. They're like a
Okay.
thriller. They're good. They're good. I like
I told
literally couldn't put it down. I read the whole thing. I'm a fast reader. I read the whole thing this weekend. I was like, ah, I have to know what happens.
I understand that. I understand
Yeah.
that. I just wrote her name down, so I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
If you like thrillers, she's got a couple good ones. She got her first, I don't know if it was her first book, but one of her books was picked up in Reese Witherspoon's book club. So it was huge and it was turned into a series on Apple with Jennifer Garner. So this is the book that she has after
Good
that.
for her,
Yeah,
And
she's
look at
sold a
that.
lot of books.
With like Reese with it, whether we're not talking about social media, just in case you were interested. Reese, but look at all these women who have these book clubs and buy these books so that they can produce them and that they can feature women,
Yep.
because who else wants to feature women?
I know Reese Witherspoon has really done a lot for that with starting her production company. And when she started it, I just read an article about it because it was like the fifth anniversary, I think, maybe of it. And she made no money at all in the beginning. And she said, I had no idea how the production end worked at all on it. And they were like, don't ever, like all of her financial advisors were like, don't do this. But she was like, I need to feature women. I need, people have parts and it can't all be the male perspective and the male money and you know, the stories need to be different, told by different people. So she produced a couple things and it was like Wild and another one that was just as big. And the production company still made no money. She was like, how does that happen? Like this was like a huge movie. So it takes Hollywood is a crazy world over there with money. Like just figure out somewhere someone's making the money, but who knows
Who
where that
knows? You're
is.
right. A movie will make billions of dollars, but we didn't make any
Yeah,
profit.
I don't know how that happens.
I
It's
know.
it's kind of the same with books. I mean, you write a book, you get in advance, and then like my book, it's $30. I don't make $30 on it. I make I don't even know exactly how much, but it's probably like 350 or $4 maybe per book.
Yeah.
So we're you know
As an artist, you give up 50%.
50%.
Yeah,
Wow,
I know.
that's
So
painful, right?
very,
Why is
very,
why is the commission so high?
because I guess they have to have an art gallery. They have to
Mm.
keep a brick and mortar place going.
That's I've never heard of that commission that high. I mean, authors and we have like 20%, goes to your agent and then, then it goes to, there's people who are taking a piece out, but not 50%.
I really think it's because they have to have a brick and mortar place, and that they have to have openings. I mean, how much can that be for some wine?
Right.
Um, yeah, but it's
Crazy.
50%.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably get off because you and I could talk for 6 hours, as Rich
Yeah.
said at the beginning. We could talk forever, and I appreciate every single person who's been watching. On this one, I'm not sure if we even said it, but I'm doing a giveaway of my book. So if you comment on this one, there's going to be two, unfortunately, posts because we got cut off and now we're back. I will save this one also. So comment social success on either one of the posts from our live video and I will choose someone tomorrow to get a signed copy. And I will, post who the winner is tomorrow on my social channels. And someone said, Sandy, love to see you. Sending you love from Melbourne, UK. Your fans from all over the world are saying hi.
Is that fabulous? Thank you. But wait, one thing. Do
Yes.
people know who you are?
Uh,
Do they
Um,
know what kind of a social media expert you are?
Well,
I
if
mean,
they follow me, okay, people are commenting. It can't be in the comments here. It has to be on it after I save this post because all the comments when we're live actually disappear. When I save it, it saves as a new post. Isn't it
yeah,
crazy? But
Yes.
anyway, it saves as a new post and all the comments in the live are gone. So you actually need to comment on the post after I save it. So I'll be there in just a second. But there is one from the first half, stupid Instagram. So I don't know. Do you guys know who I am? Are you here from? I don't think it shows when we're live together. When I looked that up, it said no, but maybe people are following you. If you guys don't know, I'm Peg Fitzpatrick. I wrote this book. I wrote another book. I've been working in social media for like 15 years, a very long time. And I love social media. So I feel
Yes, but
bad for people just joining now because we're just getting ready to head off. But
yes, but you've also represented people and been their social media saviors and really big, big people. And
mhm,
you've taught people how to be, well, you've done their social media. You are
yep.
really an expert. And people should know that yes, you're really, really important.
I don't know if I'm important, but I've been doing it a long time. I'm pretty good at it, that's for sure. I have my 10,000 hours in for sure, even though
What do you
that myth was dispelled.
what does 10,000 hours mean?
Oh, remember the Malcolm Gladwell theory that anybody could get good at something if they did it for 10,000 hours?
I never started counting.
You have your 10,000 hours and if you count all your YouTube watching and
Oh,
commenting and
oh,
guaranteed you
okay.
do because you've been doing this for a really long time too.
You're right. You're
You
right.
when if
Okay, maybe
you start from when you started blogging,
you're right.
that was a good 12
A
years
long time ago.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've been doing this for a long time.
you're right.
You are not a newbie, Sandra.
I feel like it though. Every day is a new day, a new
I
thing.
To be honest, it's like that for everyone in social media because stuff changes. So it is
You're right.
fresh. It's all
Right.
fresh and new.
Yes.
So exciting. Well, I'm going to end this because we have been on a long time and I really appreciate your time. If you guys are following me and you're not following Sandra, please make sure that you follow her and check out her amazing Instagram and her YouTube channel, which is fantastic. And if you are following her on Instagram, you should 100% be following her for her longer content on YouTube. You should follow her on both because it's not the same exact thing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that little plug.
Well, I think people don't realize sometimes that they're following people all the time and they might not realize that hopefully they realize, but your YouTube channel is your longer form content. So it's more Sandra.
You're right. You lucky guys. Yes,
More Sandra, and you can watch whenever you want. Video on demand.
you're right.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm going to end, and I thank you guys for watching. And I next week will be recorded, and then we have two or three. I think I have three more live in this series. So it'll be Tuesdays at 1 o'clock Eastern.
10 o'clock
Thanks so much.
Western.
Yep. And I will see you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you, Peg. It's always fun.
Totally. Bye.
Bye bye.